Okay, great. This game's starting in 3, 2, 1. So we have game 6 on Iansu. Iansu LE. Game 6 of this best of 9 clan war all kill format between Miraculous Gaming and Team Gravity. If you're just joining us now, well, you probably heard what I said 5 seconds ago. This is a best of 9 clan war between Miraculous Gaming and Team Gravity. The score is now 3-2 in favor of Miraculous Gaming. We have Gravity's own Cham trying to pull it back, tie it up again. Will he be able to, or will he not? That is the question. We have Kaizo in the top right-hand corner from the Team Miraculous Gaming. Won the last game, moves on to the next game in this all-kill format series. The red Protoss player, Kaizo, in the right corner. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent, the blue Zerg player from the Team Gravity. It is Cham, trying to pull it back for his own team. Tie it back up 3-3. That is the goal. Obviously, the goal is to win. So we have Kaizo actually putting his first pylon at his natural and not out inside his opponent's base like last game. No proxy 2 gate this time. I see chat. Who is winning? Miraculous Gaming is winning, Mr. Chat Dweller. But I am 99% sure someone's going to answer you before you even hear this, but that is okay. The probe actually scouted on 9, so we are probably going to see a Forge Fast expand, maybe even a Nexus first, probably a Nexus first once he sees no threat of early link pressure. If he sees that the Zerg is in fact going for some sort of hatch first or maybe a not so early pool, he is almost certainly going to try the Nexus first at least. And we actually see Kaizo's joining, probing up past 13, going to be actually throwing a probe down early enough, going to actually be killing this drone, or is he just going to... yeah, he is going to set up to kill or make that Nexus at 400 minerals, droning up to 15, probing up to 15 so far. We'll see how much more of that he does before actually moving on to the next move. Pool went down first, no hatch first for Cham, actually going to do the pool into hatch, which is not so bad, not terrible. Just pretty economical opening from both players right now, especially Kaizo doing that Nexus first, basically the most economical thing you can do. Of course, Nexus first. And there's the extractor, just going to be a little bit annoying trying to get some additional scouting later on, or just save the drone from total annihilation. He actually puts down the forge, and he does run away. The drone does run away. With his life, he does spare his life. We actually see no hatch quite yet, just now throwing it down a little bit late actually. Decided to go for 4 lings and a queen. The 4 lings will in fact be there just before the cannon finishes, but with this full wall the cannon will be able to finish in time, or not in time, but he will be able to wall it off with a pylon if he so chooses. He's gonna want to put the cannon right here as soon as he can, and there it goes, and he's going to be blocking that off with the pylon should the lings come in. Should the lings come in here. And there's the pylon, full wall off. The cannon will be able to finish before the lings actually get in and do some damage. He was counting on that pylon not being finished, and there is a really nice surface area on that pylon. Not actually going to matter though, as the cannon does finish now and will be able to take out... Oh, actually, will he get the... Okay, yeah, he does. He is able to take out these lings, and the pylon just barely survives. Okay, wow. Literally 1 ling hit away. Wow. Like 4 health. Literally 1 extra ling hit would have killed it. So if he would have stayed on there, he would have killed the pylon. Absolutely 100%. That's really unfortunate. We actually have drones coming out for Cham here. Those 4 lings did at least there's a psychological edge. It actually scared Kaizo, and maybe scared him a little bit, but that's pretty much it. It didn't actually cause any in-game damage whatsoever. We actually have the main fully saturated for Kaizo now going for the natural double rally to the natural. No more rally in the main, not really any point in doing that. He's going to wait for this pylon to finish and then start putting down some buildings. What is he going to put down? He is going to put down a robo bay, or robo facility rather. A little bit early for a robo bay, don't you think? No third on the way yet for Zerg, not even close. Actually getting for that 2 double gas and getting for that 4 queen build. Going to be getting some tech up and some early speed, or not so early, but really not that early at all. But still, no third means probably going to be some high-tech play, swarm host maybe, early swarm host to secure the map, start securing bases slowly but surely, and try to maybe starve the Protoss out. The robotics facility is just about to finish now as he adds 2 more gases to his natural. Yeah, not much to say about that. Mothership core coming out, or came out. Yeah, it is all. Gonna get supply, or actually no, Overlord just popped out. I am sorry about that. Like I said, Lair on the way, no speed just yet. Lair was started with the first 100 gas. Like I said, he's gonna be doing some sort of high-tech play. He's actually getting double Evo chamber, so gonna get lots of upgrades there, probably range upgrades. Gonna get the swarm host focus. No Roach Warren just yet though, so I'm gonna have trouble dealing with really early attacks. But no really early attacks are coming. Warp gate is just now finishing, but only 1 warp gate to speak of, and 1 robo. So there's the third finally going down for the Zerg player at the 8-minute mark, and that's very, very late. Not insanely late, considering what he's going for. And there's the range attack upgrade, and there's the instant infestation pit for the swarm host play. And should he get some swarm hosts up in time, he will in fact be able to. And this is a little bit of a tell for the Protoss player, actually, because he sees the creep being spewed now. He knows the lair is done, and that is actually slightly early for a lair to be finished, given the circumstances. So he knows that some sort of tech is going to be coming up, and we actually have a warp prism with a single immortal inside trying to do some damage. Not going to really do too much. He's just going to scout this, actually force Lings to pull back, and he's going, as soon as Lings get over there, he is going to load back up into that, I was going to say medevac, into that warp prism. And those Lings are actually not quite enough to kill all 3 zealots and the immortal, I don't think. But with those queens, killing that warp prism, that's going to be very, very close. And this hatch does not go down, and all those transfuses, so many queens, and 6. And there's the metabolic boost finishing, and 6 swarm hosts on the way. Three of which are in the main here, so they will be able to defend against this mortal. Actually, they're not even close to done though. And there is two of them. And this queen just focus firing on the not quite focus firing on the war prism quite hard enough just yet. No third out of the Protoss yet, but he is probably planning on doing so soon. The actual Thermal Lance upgrade is on the way, and this Immortal is actually going to go down, is it? And it just barely goes down, and so does the Warp Prism. Very unfortunate loss there for Kaizo. Just losing basically everything he had. And killing the little weak pylon are these sentries, and we have some lag from Kaizo. Uh-oh. Lag! He's got, you say he has 40 carriers. And of course he did not have 40 carriers. I was just trying to trick him. So all those swarm hosts burrowed outside the potential third of the Protoss. Of course there is no third just yet to speak of. And those swarm hosts are actually going the wrong way. The Enduring Locust upgrade has not finished, I don't think. These are not 25 seconds worth of shit. It doesn't look like the Enduring Locust upgrade are there. Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, that is a very important upgrade. He's going to want to get it as soon as possible. More Colossus being warped in, coming out of this robo facility. The third of the Protoss is going to be insanely delayed, actually not even killing this Overlord yet. And even when he does kill the Overlord, it's going to be another minute before that creep proceeds enough to actually build a base there. And this probe is in for a world of disappointment. Oh my god, there's creep here. And while the money is skyrocketing for the toss, he's actually going to want to use that somehow. But he just chooses to warp in more pylons and gateways and everything, basically everything he can, or not gateways, but gateway units. And he has to spend his money, and he will be able to spend this 400 on a third finally. And here's a bunch of lings just coming in and getting absolutely obliterated instantaneously, and not really much to do there. The locusts are actually taking down these rocks fairly quickly. Not gonna hold them in for long, or hold them out, hold them in the outside. Okay, there is the Protoss army, and that is basically all that is there. Not actually too much of an army right now compared to the Zerg. Zerg actually has quite the army advantage at the moment. The supply is looking 20 supply ahead for Zerg. Not insanely bad if there were a lot of roaches, but a lot of the supply is in queens and swarm hosts, which are not that supply heavy given what they do. So yeah, the Zerg has a really good army is what I'm trying to say. Swarm hosts are being added 4 at a time here. Well, not 4 at a time, it's larva. So however many he wants at a time. And actually going to try to kill this Nexus, but not enduring Locust not being finished quite yet. He's actually warping in quite a bit of Zealots here. 7 Zealots, but he does have a couple of Locusts to deal with them, and some lings. And meanwhile, while the shit is distracted, Locusts are actually just halfway across the map, and those red force fields, OP red force fields, actually not quite covering the ramp. And this third is absolutely going to go down, and he's trying to kill this rocks, and he does get the kill on the rocks, and the Locusts die, not because they were on the rocks, but you know, because they ran out of time. +2, just about to finish. Two zealots were in here. That's a lot of Locusts just to deal with one warp into Zealots. Where did the army go? Oh, he recalled home, it looks like. There we go. And that is a very nice snipe for Kaizo. And we'll see, does he have DTs warped in yet? He does not. It looks like no DTs anywhere just yet. But as the Swarm Host evacuate the premises, this is exactly what you got to do versus Swarm Host, because this Swarm Host does suffer from immobility. He actually warps in 4 DTs and puts 2 of them on the main there, and trying to kill the lair. But there is, in fact, quite a bit of there is a Overseer here, so that's going to be able to be taken out. But this hatchery looks like it's going to die unless he gets amazing amounts of transfuses off on it. He's not actually paying attention. The natural is going to go down, and he gets 2 transfuses, but it actually does go down, and that's very, very bad for the Zerg player here. Very bad for Cham. Kaizo, that is exactly what Kaizo needed. He is actually not paying attention to his main army, just losing a ton of shit here. That is a lot of Swarm Hosts. Now Kaizo is actually taking out basically all the economy of Cham, but absolutely not taking out any of the army of Cham by any stretch of the imagination. And he's got a force field right now, and he does not get the force fields off. He is trying to just stutter step, and he loses a sentry with a force field. Very bad. He's actually got his photon overcharge on, but 1 or 2 waves of Locust can definitely take that out. DT's actually trying to kill the third, and does kill the third, or I guess that would be the fourth. Yeah, that would be the fourth. Lots of queens here. Lots of queens going to want to be coming up to the Swarm Hosts, and with some Overseers try to snipe observers as they try to... yeah, he needs Overseers right now over here. And there's the DTs and Observer. He's going to be able to just start killing these things. He actually went by them. And there we go. There starts killing all this stuff, and lots of stutter stepping going on. And these... He has Overseers, but he is not using them at the moment. Very bad. He's actually going to try to run away with these Swarm Hosts. That's a good idea. He's actually took a very long time to react to that. Surprisingly long, considering the skill he showed previously. And there goes the DTs running away. And this Overseer must stay with the Swarm Host at all time, as well as a lot of queens. These queens should probably stay with the Swarm Hosts and try to snipe any observers with the queens and the Overseer, of course. He's incidentally just taking care of some creep here. More waves of Locusts. Actually going to get a huge wave of Locusts all at once. That's kind of how it works. This DT going to single-handedly take out this hatchery, it looks like, unless it gets dealt with. And the queens are actually have to go all the way around. Yeah. Okay, so here comes up the ramp. Actually kills 3 sentries with many force fields. That was like 5 or 6 force fields on those sentries combined. Very, very bad. Not paying attention here. Just paying attention to the DTs which are doing tons of damage, mind you, but that is not what you got to be doing. You got to be paying attention to your army at all points in time. And there's the non-stutter step. No stutter step yet, and he loses a stalker already, and another stalker almost goes down. Just adding on those Colossus, actually getting a Stargate now. Pretty much oversaturated at his main and natural. And we do have a couple of lings did run by there. Oversaturated as main and natural. He's basically mined out on those two places. He's going to have only one base, essentially, for the rest of the game until he can expand again. I guess 1.5 bases is fair. A single Corruptor. Odd. He is getting Corruptors for the Colossus, of course. To take out the Colossus. That's not many okay, I was wondering where did all the Stalkers go? Where did the rest of his ground army go? But there it is. And Storm hosts are not repositioning just yet. He's just going to try to take out this third, and that is a great idea because it is completely off position. Storm hosts do want to get up, though, and reposition over here, and that is exactly what he's doing. He's getting up, repositioning to a better spot, and there goes the base. He's actually holding position here, not really charging into the Nexus. He could have killed the Nexus if he had focus fired, I believe. Tons of Swarm hosts. Let's see the unit counting station. 25 Swarm hosts, 6 Corruptors, 49 Locusts. That's just ridiculous. And all those Zealots just melt those Locusts. He's actually killing the things with Corruptors. Is he going to get the... Okay, he does not get the Mothership Core kill. That would have been very amazing if he had, in fact, done that. And that army would have been just dead in the water. The only reason that army was being so ballsy is so he could do the mass recall. But yeah. Lots of creep, lots of stuff happening. No workers here. Where did they go? Okay, they just ran away. So yeah, oversaturated. 27 workers on one base here. Okay, now all the queens and the Swarm hosts are in fact sitting in one position, and that's great. He's actually pushing back these Colossus, making them stutter step. Not actually killing too much of anything. Very good blink control and pullback control, I guess, on those Colossus. Warping in 3 sentries. This is a little late. He needed those sentries quite a while ago to force field this ramp. Now he's going to force field. He is paying attention. He is not force fielding though. He was not close enough. He's actually focus firing these Colossus with these Corruptors. He actually loses 1 or 2 Corruptors for that Colossus. That's definitely a fair trade for the Zerg player. Colossus is much harder to replace than a Corruptor is, especially regarding larva and stuff like that. And all the force fields are gone. He actually kills another, does not kill another Colossus. He's actually just waiting for his chance. The Queen's actually following the Corruptors around, getting as many transfuses off as possible. There's another wave of Locust, just wave after wave of Locust. This is actually a very close game, despite the Zerg being on very low economy the whole time. Managing to stay in it with Corruptors are... Okay, yeah, there we go. I was wondering what the Corruptor is doing. And there he's actually pushing out onto the map. Very poor decision there. Do not agree with that at all. Not that I'm a good Protoss player or anything. But we have 6 Colossus, it looks like. And no Observer. No Observer, really? 0 Observer. Actually getting his first Observer now. Actually killing Colossus. 1 Colossus goes down, 1 Void Ray goes down, 2 Colossus go down, and he just backs up because basically just Stalkers now. Now it's 4 Colossus, no Colossus on the way. Now another 4th going down for the that's not Terran, for the Protoss player Kaizo. And we have another wave of Locusts, and this just looks like it's going to just be the final blow. A few more wave of Locusts, and he just won't be able to handle this anymore. He's actually just going to blink headlong into another wave of Locusts, and that's just absolutely difficult to deal with here. He does have a total of 2 observers now, and basically only blink Stalkers, and that's not really much to deal with Swarm hosts at all. We do have Swarm hosts are actually splitting up now, so that because they have more than enough really. These blink Stalkers are actually trying to circumvent the Swarm host and go do some harassment, but the Zerg does see that. We do have a couple of DTs being warped in here, and the Locusts are actually taking care of it quite handily. But yeah, he's actually moving. These Queens alone could probably deal with these Stalkers. Maybe not. They're Stalkers. we actually have more gas than minerals at this point for the Protoss player because he was oversaturated for quite a while. Storm was just splitting up everywhere, just trying to make sure he does not expand, make sure he does not get back into this game. And the aggressive blink onto the queens and lots of locusts and lings just taking out every single stalker, just mass transfusing, and Kaizo leaves the game. And that's game number 5 goes to game number 6 goes to Gravity or Cham, which is Team Gravity.